Hey guys, I wanted to come on and just do a quick little discussion about some warning signs that I wish would have been caught before the abuse started. And these involve the grooming process and just some things that really give me pause now that I'm older and I can look back on things and see that things weren't really as they seemed in the beginning. So if you read my blog, which I recommend because you'll get a lot of backstory there, you will know that my abuser moved into our house. He fell on hard times. My dad invited him as a friend to come stay for a while. A while ended up turning into a lot longer than that. But there were some warning signs that were missed in the early stages of him living in our home that I feel if they had been noticed, the abuse would not have been able to occur like it did. So early on, he was really attached. We got along really well. He seemed to understand me, and he was always playing games with me and complimenting me and telling me that I was mature and that I seemed way older than I was, and he listened to me when I had something to say. All of those things made me feel great. But now that I'm an adult and a mom, it would really give me pause if somebody was paying that much special attention to my kids, especially someone who has no relation and is new to the family dynamic. Now, in the beginning, he seemed totally unassuming. He seemed trustworthy and kind and friendly and helpful. He got along well with everybody in the house, and he just seemed like a good guy, really. But I do think that he paid way too much attention to me in the beginning. And of course, I just took this as, yay, somebody's paying attention to me, because my dad was busy, with things in his life, and my grandma was sick and she was tired all the time taking care of her parents when he first got there, and that kind of distracted them a bit. I also believe that it was let slide a bit on my dad's side because he had somebody that could kind of take over the responsibilities of dad stuff, paying attention and buying things and playing games and taking me places. Not that I am by any means blaming my dad for what happened to me, but I do think that he could have been more attentive and known that there was something off with this guy. Some specific examples that I have mentioned in my blog so far are he would take me places early on, just little things, grocery shopping, take me to go get lunch, just little things like that, take me on drives. We would also stay up extremely late playing games on the computer together. Nancy Drew was our thing, and we would be up till 3-4 in the morning sometimes playing that game, but we played it every night. And then he would buy me new ones when we finished the one that we had been playing. And that's definitely strange. That's weird. No grown man or person in general should be staying up that late with a kid that they have no actual connection to, playing games, hanging out. That's not normal. Other examples are the compliments and the descriptions of me that he would give. He would always make sure to point out that I was so mature for my age and so wise beyond my years, and I didn't look my age. I looked so much older. He would always say that. And of course, at 10, 11, I thought that those were great things. What 10 and 11-year-old doesn't want to be older, to look older and feel older? And I thought that it was just a normal thing. I was really developed for my age. I had already started puberty. So I just thought that he was describing me accurately, but those things aren't normal things for somebody to say to a kid that they have no actual connection to. He hadn't known me long enough to be saying these things. He hadn't been around the family. He wasn't a longtime friend. It was just honestly weird. And now that I have kids and I'm a mom and I have nieces and nephews, it really makes me wonder why nobody saw something before the abuse started, even, because it was just a really strange dynamic that was happening. You have this guy who's in his mid-30s, and he's moved into this house because he's down on his luck, and it was I don't think that he was new at what he was doing. He knew exactly how to get into my head. He knew exactly what to say to me to make me trust him, and for everybody else to trust him as well. You'll have to excuse the baby noises. She's playing over there. But yeah, looking back, there was a lot of things, a lot of red flags that I feel were missed that could have potentially stopped the abuse that was going to happen. I also wanted to touch just quickly on the fact that I realized, and this will be in an upcoming post, I realized just recently that I wasn't a happy accident for him like I thought that I was in the beginning, and until a couple days ago when I sat down. Sorry, the kids. I spent all of this time since the abuse started until just a couple days ago thinking that I was just a happy accident, that I was a vulnerable kid that fell into his lap, for lack of a better term there to use. But I'm realizing now that this guy met my dad at a bar and spent months getting to know him. They partied together, they made friends, they drank together and sang karaoke together. And my dad, being the person that he is a bragger, and he was probably showing him pictures and talking about me and talking about his mom and talking about the home life, which was rough already. And he was like, wow, there is this little girl at this house, and she is alone frequently. She is seeking attention because her dad is at home, and her grandma is either too sick or too tired to pay attention to her. And here's my opportunity to do what I love. This person that I'm speaking of is 100% a predator. I never wanted to think that before. I spent a long time thinking that I was the only one, thinking that I was, I don't know, an exception to his rule, that he would never do this with anyone else and had never done this with anyone else before. And I know now that that's probably not true. Sorry, the baby's trying to pull stuff over. I know now that that is not true. And that was a tough pill to swallow, but I promise you that the likelihood of someone exhibiting the behaviors that he exhibited, and that being their first time, is unlikely. So the main point that I wanted to make in this video is watch the people who are around your kids. And I mean watch everybody, but especially watch the new people who show special interest in your kids, because it could mean the difference between having a happy, normal childhood and being a survivor. And while I am happy that I survived, I wish that I didn't have to be a survivor. Anyway, that's all for today. I have a new blog post coming out tomorrow, I think. And I hope you'll be there to read it.